welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara and Jasper. Jasper is getting more comfortable with our new location and has started sitting on my desktop again. I'm not real sure I missed that, but anyway, so welcome to my channel. We are going to be working on Scraplift Crafternoon. We are scraplifting Kim Jenkins from Paper Issues Design Team. I'm going to post her layout up here in the corner. But first I want to welcome 2 new members to our tribe of Scraplift Crafternooners. Welcome Kathy and welcome Shala. Their videos and account information will all be listed below along with this week's playlist for this series. I hope that you will watch their videos, everybody's videos on the playlist, and leave everybody some love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so happy to have a full team of Scraplift Crafternoon tribe members. This makes this so much more fun because we have a lot more ideas coming, and you know, if somebody needs to take a break, we still have enough players for the week to play along. So I am going to be working with Spectrum Gardenia. Pretty sure that is the collection that Kim used on her layout. I do not have the same piece of pattern paper that she used for her background. At least I'm assuming that was not a pre-made background. I am going to have to move kitty booties off my table and see how I can show you what's going on here. So I have this piece left in this collection. This is a collection that I am desperately trying to use up and trying to not be a hoarder of said collection. And I thought I was doing so well earlier this year, and then all of a sudden I found a second pack of pattern paper. So probably good that I had more pattern paper because I have a ton of embellishments left, and this is not even all that's left. I have the leafy bits and the borders. These are all laser cut die cuts. There's a pack of butterflies, there's film strips, there's chipboard. I have tons of this collection. I'm also going to be playing with these clear stamps. I love to hand stitch, but sometimes it is absolutely awesome to have a stamp for that. And this is going to be one of those situations that I'm going to be grateful for this stamp. My sister sent me these. Thank you, Serenity. I love them. Love that there are so many different ones to choose from and to play with. And so I'm going to pause, remove a kitty from my desktop again, and we're going to get started. I'll be right back.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some of these stitches on here. I'm just going to choose a couple of random ones, and I do switch them out a little bit for this layout, and then I will go in and add a little bit more later. I'm just going to kind of give myself a starting place. I really loved the one that I chose first, but I did want to play with all of the stamps. Now, I did not do anything to prep these stamps. I just peeled them off and started using them, and they worked perfectly. I know that sometimes you need to prep a stamp, but I didn't seem to have any issues with this one at all. So I added 3. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add some of these branding strips. Now, I've been saving the branding strips from this collection. I didn't know what I was going to do with any of them, but I have been saving them. So I'm going to go ahead and add a few here on this background. It seemed like Kim's layout had a few more than what I added, but I didn't really have a lot of real estate to play with, and so I just kind of added a few to give a little bit more texture and depth, and dropped it right there on my mat and got my glue everywhere, but that's okay. Then I'm gonna add this pink one here, and then I'll go back in and I'll add a little bit more to the top of that red one, but now I'm gonna add this green one as well. Like I said, I'm just doing this to give a little bit more visual interest, and my hope is that it'll just provide some texture on this layout. All right, next up I'm gonna go through these laser cut elements, and I remembered that Kim put some of the leafy bits on her layout. I don't know if she used acetate leaves or if she used the laser cut leaves, but I'm pulling from the laser cut leaves, and I'm gonna take 2 blue ones and I'm just gonna kind of not quite meet them in the middle. They're gonna kind of end up on there like the way that you see there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dig through these embellishments a little bit more to see if I can find a few more things to add. So I set that aside because once I pulled a few things out, I realized I wanted to add some more stamped images onto those branding strips a little bit and just get a little bit more of that stitched look in there. I really like the starkness of the black against all those beautiful bright colors. And so I chose this particular stitch here because it looked really nice and it stood out well. All right, next up, I'm gonna go ahead and create a photo mat with this piece of purple. This purple came from the actual packaging in the collection, and I cut it out, and now I am just gonna go ahead and use my Tim Holtz distressor to distress it up. I'm also gonna create some additional layers with some other pieces that I cut out of the packaging. This piece here, I'm actually gonna scuff up the edges and I'm gonna cut it in half and place each half on either side of the lavender piece. Now it is a rough cut, but it works fine for what I want it for, and I'm gonna go ahead and tuck those leafy bits in underneath those layers. I have this cute little black frame that I also wanted to use for layering, so I'm gonna scuff it up and I will cut it in half as well because it is a little bit too small for the photo of my daughter. I recently did a layout on camera about my daughter's trip to get her wig that we got for Wigs for Kids cut and styled, and she was shown how to take care of this wig. And this photo here was taken, I think, the same day after we got home, and she had put a hair bow in it, and she was super happy with the way that this wig turned out, and it made her more confident, and she was just super happy to have this wig. Being a kid without hair is really hard because other kids are quite cruel, as I'm sure many of you other mamas know. And so just having this wig here instead of wearing a crocheted hat really gave her a lot more confidence. So the next things that I'm doing is I'm just kind of layering up some bits and pieces. I have hearts and little chipboard phrases that I'm kind of keeping with the color families. I have titled this layout Hello Joy. That is a play on my daughter's name. Her name is Emily Joy, and I tend to save the word joy if I have them in my stash for photos of her. I'm really liking how this is coming out. I have all of these cute little chipboard pieces and I just want to get as many of them on here as possible. As I already mentioned, I'm trying to use up this collection and I have a ton of gorgeous embellishments left. Now that I've added colors to the various spots in with like colors, I'm going to add some of the black as well, just to give some more places for our eyes to rest as we move across this layout. I really love this collection, and to be honest with you, I'd probably buy more paper if it was available. I don't need more paper, but I'd probably buy more paper. Now I've moved on to the little baubles, and I'm going to add some more in black in various places on the layout as well. I didn't quite have enough of just the plain black one, so I moved in with some of the little words and the more white ones as well. I really love how these stand out against these beautiful bright colors in this collection. Like I said, I really love this collection and hoping to get a whole lot more layouts out of it.
All right, I got my layout completely finished. I glued everything down off camera, and I also took the liberty while the camera was turned off, and I sprinkled a literal rainbow of inks to match each color going across the page. I didn't show you that in my process, but just it looked like something I needed to do, so I did it. And I'm very pleased with how this scrap lift turned out. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new to my channel, I would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. I am getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and when I do, I will be hosting a small kit giveaway for the people who watch the 1,000 subscriber hop that I will be doing when that time comes. Hopefully that is really soon. But let's get back to this layout and this hop. I do want to thank you for being here. I'm grateful to each and every one of my viewers who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments about anything that I did on this layout, just drop them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I am currently spending some time with my 10-year-old granddaughter, so I might be a little bit slower than normal, but I promise I will answer your questions as soon as I can. Make sure that you check that playlist down below. Everybody who is participating this week will be linked up. Check out our Instagram handles too. Not only will you see the finished layouts that we each completed for this week on our Instagram accounts, you'll also see some of the other wonderful creations that we make and share on Instagram. I hope that you have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a good rest day. Thank you and bye.